individuals.
A stripper from Florida and her two younger brothers were three targets of a week-long nationwide search. They brought their multi-state crime spree to Colorado, where it ended today. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Copeland.
I'm Adela Ricalo. The three fugitive siblings led officers on a high-speed chase on I-25 this morning. The Doughertys, 21-year-old Ryan, 26-year-old Dylan, and their older sister, 29-year-old Lee Grace, reached speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour before they crashed their car. Investigators say the Dougherty's crime spree began a little more than a week ago in Zephyr Hills, Florida. That's in Pasco County. The trio then headed to Valdosta, Georgia, where they're suspected of holding up a bank before their capture this morning near Walsenburg, south of Pueblo. 9 News reporter Matt Fleener joins us from Pueblo. Matt, law enforcement is describing today's arrest as a major victory.
Exactly, Adele. After such a long nationwide manhunt that really intensified here in southern Colorado over the past 24 hours, this all started yesterday at the Colorado Springs REI when the trio was spotted buying some camping gear. Another spotted one of the brothers at a Walmart in Canyon City trying to buy ammunition for an AK-47. Of course, police said these suspects were armed and dangerous. They apparently camped overnight in Colorado City. That's where a Pueblo County Sheriff's deputy spotted them at a gas station earlier this morning, and the chase ensued from there. 3 Colorado State Patrol deputies went into the chase. They followed them all the way down I-25 this morning, about 20 miles south near Walsenburg. They put out stop sticks to blow out the tires, and they made that decision because of what was happening in the car during the time of the pursuit.
Again, there's busted-ass audio.
Now, the Colorado State Patrolman said one of the people in the car, one of the siblings in the car, was trying to fire a gun from reaching outside of the car, trying to fire it back at Colorado State Patrol officers. Now, when that car finally crashed, the female sibling, Lee Grace, got outside of the car and she started shooting at Colorado State Patrol officers. They fired back, hitting her in the leg, and the 2 other brothers took off in the field, and police then went after them. Now, many witnesses saw what happened, a chase with guns drawn and police eventually catching up to those suspects. Now, of course, what a long chase it was. Certainly a very, very long nationwide manhunt. Of course, they are now in custody. We understand they are coming back to Pueblo, where they'll be housed here at the Pueblo County Jail. There will be lots of people, lots of authorities across the country looking to get their hands on these suspects to eventually charge them with lots of crimes.
All right, Matt. We have been having some technical difficulties from this end, so we'll try to get the officers talking on camera a bit later. Matt Fleener reporting in Walsenburg. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Florida detectives are on their way to Colorado to interview the family of fugitives. They plan on extraditing the trio back to the Sunshine State, where the manhunt began last Tuesday. 9 Wants to Know investigator Deborah Sherman is joining us now from the Information Center. And Deborah, the fugitives told their mom that they would rather die than be caught.
Yes, Mark, so their mom was relieved today when her 3 kids were caught alive. Barbara Bell told reporters, "I'm glad they were found." Now, the manhunt that put their kids on America's Most Wanted list began last Tuesday when her son Ryan didn't register as a sex offender because he wanted to see the birth of his baby. Ryan, who has 14 felony arrests, took off his ankle monitoring device and went on the run with his sister, a stripper who's been arrested for 5 hit and runs, and their half-brother Dylan, who's been arrested on marijuana charges. Now, their alleged crime spree was caught on tape. The siblings fled Florida in their white Subaru at speeds faster than 100 miles an hour. When a Florida officer tried to pull them over, the family shot at the patrol car, blew out the front tire, and got away. Now, a few hours later, they allegedly held up this bank in Georgia. Police say Lee Grace had an Uzi, and her brothers fired high-powered weapons at the ceiling. They escaped with cash. In a press conference today, the Pasco County Sheriff said it's possible they committed other crimes along the way.
Right now, we're able to connect the dots. There'll be other crimes that, law enforcement agencies across the country weren't able to solve. And now, because we'll find out which path they took, where they might have committed crimes, and we'll be able to connect those dots together. And if those law enforcement agencies have charges, we'll make sure we put them on them.
Now, the siblings now face multiple new charges, including trying to kill police officers. The Florida sheriff says the family of fugitives was very dangerous and prepared for a big battle. And today, he says police won that battle, Mark.
Quite the morning. 9 wants to know investigator Deborah Sherman. Thank you, Deb. And we are told the FBI and the CBI have interviewed the suspects and are now driving them to Pueblo, where they will be booked into the jail there.
Investigators are hoping an autopsy will give them more clues about a man found dead in Federal Heights. A person looking for scrap metal in a dumpster found a body inside around 9:30 this morning.
In dumpsters.
Aspen Meadows Townhomes off West 84th Avenue and Pecos Street. Police say there were no obvious signs of trauma to the body. Neighbors were shaken up to learn that it had happened right across the street from them.
That is really crazy. I feel kind of like creeped out now.